These are the same seem smart buys people regret within a week. Today, 33 dumb purchases people regret every time, and most feel totally normal. Like a timeshare discount that locks you into fees for years. Or a cheap gym membership that's expensive to cancel. Stay for number 33 because the last one is insane. Timeshares, the vacation that never ends. A weekend in Orlando turned into years of surprise fees. In the late 2010s, Wyndham reps promised effortless family vacations. They served free breakfast, then marched the couple into sales rooms. A manager flipped charts, circling points about rising hotel prices. When they hesitated, the closer offered a one-day discount upgrade. Back home in Ohio, the maintenance bill arrived anyway, yearly. Trying to exit, they learned the contract was resold, not canceled. Calls bounced between a resort in Kissimmee and a finance office. The vacation photos stayed sweet. The paperwork became the souvenir. 2. Crypto rug pull tokens you can't cash out. People watched their balances soar, then the sell button died. In late 2021, the Squid Game token exploded across Telegram and Twitter. Buyers rushed in, missing the fine print about selling restrictions. A website showed a bright roadmap and cartoon masks. Then liquidity vanished, and the price crashed in minutes. Reddit threads filled with screenshots, disbelief, and empty wallets. Blockchain sleuths traced movements to new addresses and fresh coins. No hotline existed, just a dead site and deleted profiles. It felt like a show finale, except real money disappeared. 3. Financed luxury car you can't actually afford. The Lamborghini photo looked rich. The monthly payment looked brutal. Around 2022, used car rates jumped as lenders tightened approvals nationwide. A Miami dealership offered financing on a leased Mercedes G-Wagon. The buyer signed fast, thinking resale prices would stay crazy. 3 months later, gas, insurance, and tires hit like rent. A minor fender bender meant specialized parts in weeks without driving. When values cooled, CarMax offered far less than the payoff. He posted it on Facebook Marketplace, but buyers wanted discounts. The flex was instant. The loan felt like a tattoo. 4. Buy now, pay later splurges that snowball. It started as 4 easy payments, then turned into 12. In 2023, Klarna and Afterpay buttons popped up at checkout everywhere. A shopper in Phoenix used it for sneakers and concert tickets. Each purchase looked small because the app hid totals by design. Then payday arrived, and multiple autopays hit the same morning. One missed payment triggered late fees and a frozen account. She tried returning items, but refunds took days to clear. Meanwhile, her bank balance bounced like a pinball machine. The cart felt lighter, the calendar felt packed with due dates. 5. Extended warranty on something that never breaks. He paid for peace of mind and never used it once. In Chicago, he bought a Samsung washer from Best Buy. At checkout, a Geek Squad plan sounded smarter than repairs. 2 years passed, and the washer kept spinning like new. When a hose finally leaked, the claim required paperwork and waiting. The approved technician arrived, then said the part was backordered. Meanwhile, a local plumber offered a same-day fix for cash. He fixed it himself, still paying monthly for coverage. The warranty stayed active, like an unused gym membership on autopay. 6. Brand new iPhone every year on contract. By year 3, the upgrade plan owned him, not Apple. In 2021, he joined Apple's iPhone upgrade program through AT&T. Each September, a new Pro model arrived with better cameras. The trade-in seemed painless because the box came pre-labeled. Then he noticed he never actually finished paying any phone. A cracked screen meant a deductible, even with AppleCare Plus. When he tried to pause, AT&T showed remaining installments anyway. His old iPhone 12 sat in a drawer, still useful. He upgraded again, chasing pixels, while interest quietly chased him. 7. Whole life insurance sold as an investment. 10 years later, the cash value was smaller than expected. Around 2014, a Northwestern Mutual agent pitched whole life in Dallas. He called it a forever policy with savings built in. Charts showed steady growth, and the word guaranteed kept appearing. The premium fit his budget until rent and daycare rose. Missing a payment meant borrowing against the policy, with interest. Meanwhile, his 401. He kept the policy but stopped calling it an investment. 8. Get-rich-quick course from a fake guru. The course cost more than his first car's down payment. In 2016, Tai Lopez ads chased viewers across YouTube and Instagram. He promised book smarts, Lamborghini dreams, and online business freedom. A teenager in New Jersey bought the program with a credit card. Inside were webinars, upsells, and a private forum full of hype. He tried Amazon FBA, then got hit with returns and fees. Mentors suggested buying more coaching because the mindset wasn't right. Months later, the card statement looked like a slow leak. He learned the real product wasn't riches, it was the pitch. 9. Gacha Game Whales, thousands spent on pixels. One night of polls emptied his paycheck faster than rent. In 2020, Genshin Impact launched worldwide, glittering with new heroes. The banners rotated, and rare characters flashed like slot machines. A player in Seattle told himself it was just $10. He hit a near miss, then the next pack felt inevitable. Apple Pay made it instant, with no pause to rethink. When the monthly summary arrived, he saw hundreds in microcharges. He deleted the game, then reinstalled during a lonely weekend. The dragon looked epic. The math looked painfully real. 10. Paying for a blue check that does nothing. He paid monthly and still felt invisible online today. After 2022, Twitter Blue became a paid verification experiment. A small business in Austin subscribed, expecting trust and reach. The badge appeared, but replies stayed buried under bigger accounts. Then impersonators bought badges too, confusing customers in DMs. Support tickets looped because policies kept changing week to week. He watched the feed fill with ads and subscription prompts. Even his mom asked why the checkmark didn't mean official. He canceled quietly, keeping the handle, losing the badge. 11. Kitchen gadgets used twice, then forgotten. The drawer became a graveyard of shiny one-hit wonders. In 2017, Juicero's pricey press became a Silicon Valley punchline. People bought it, then learned the packets could be squeezed by hand. Around the same time, spiralizers promised zucchini noodles in minutes. They worked once, then cleaning the blades felt like punishment. An air fryer joined them, used heavily for 2 weeks. Now it sits beside an Instant Pot, both fighting for counter space. Friends ask for recipes, and the owner changes the subject. The promise was convenience. The reality was storage and guilt. 12. All-in-one home gym that becomes a clothes rack. It looked like a personal trainer, then became a laundry tower. During the 2020 lockdown boom, Peloton and Tonal became status symbols. A family in Denver chose a Bowflex system for the basement. Delivery day felt epic, with boxes stacked like moving apartments. The first week, everyone competed for reps and progress badges. By month 2, the cable adjustments felt fiddly and annoying. A knee tweak paused workouts, and momentum slipped away fast. The machine stayed because selling it required trucks and strangers. So the gym remained, holding towels, coats, and awkward dreams. 13. Home treadmill that turns into a coat hanger. The treadmill promised miles, but delivered a permanent hallway obstacle. In suburban Atlanta, a Nordic Trek arrived right after New Year's. The buyer pictured sunrise runs, earbuds in, goals crushed daily. But the belt squeaked, and the console demanded yet another subscription. A neighbor complained downstairs because vibration shook the ceiling fan. Rainy weeks turned into months, and the dust layer got thicker. Then clothes started landing on the rails like an easy shelf. He tried folding it, but the latch pinched his finger. The machine still worked. The motivation kept running away. 14. Smart fridge with a screen nobody uses. The fridge cost a fortune, and the screen mostly showed fingerprints. Samsung's Family Hub fridge arrived in many kitchens around 2018. In Los Angeles, a couple loved the idea of recipe videos. The first week, they synced calendars and uploaded photos like magic. Then Wi-Fi dropped, the app logged out, and updates failed. The touchscreen lagged while the freezer quietly built up frost. Guests topped the screen, then went back to the normal magnets. A repair tech mentioned boards, warranties, and long part waits. They wanted a fridge, not a tablet that chills food. 15. Designer handbag bought to impress strangers. She spent a month's salary, and strangers barely noticed. In Paris, the Louis Vuitton store on Champs-Élysées felt iconic. A tourist bought a Neverfull, imagining instant elegance in photos. Back in London, she carried it daily on the tube. Rain hit, coffee spilled, and the canvas suddenly felt fragile. She Googled cleaning, then learned repairs can be slow and pricey. At brunch, friends cared more about the story than the logo. Online resale looked tempting, until fees and fakes complicated everything. The bag stayed real. The confidence boost turned out imaginary. 16. Fast fashion hauls worn once, then donated. Her closet got fuller, while her outfits got less satisfying. During 2021, Shein hauls flooded TikTok with try-on videos. A college student in Tampa ordered 20 items for one party. The package arrived fast, smelling like plastic and factory dye. 3 tops fit weird, and 1 zipper broke immediately. Returns required labels, drop-offs, and patience she never had. So the rejects stayed, stacked behind nicer pieces from Target. Next week, another flash sale hit, and she tapped buy again. The trend moved on. The closet stayed crowded with yesterday. 17. Trend sneakers resold for less than retail. He thought they'd pay his rent, but they didn't. In 2022, Yeezy resale prices slid after years of hype. A sneakerhead in Toronto won a raffle and bought 2 pairs. He listed them on StockX, expecting instant profit and bragging rights. Then buyers vanished, and fees ate the thin margin. A friend offered cash, but demanded a discount for creases. Shipping delays meant refunds, and the platform held money longer. He watched newer drops, realizing yesterday's grail becomes today's clutter. The shoes stayed clean, the lesson arrived scuffed and loud. 18. Luxury watch as a sure investment. The Rolex gained attention, but liquidity vanished when he needed cash. Around 2021, waitlists stretched as sports watches became headline collectibles. In New York, a buyer paid gray market prices for a Submariner. He told friends it was safer than stocks, just sitting there. Then watch forums cooled, and dealers stopped overpaying overnight. A pawn shop offered less, citing scratches and no original papers. Insurance required appraisals, and service costs surprised him twice. He finally sold, but waiting weeks felt like watching paint dry. The watch still ticks. The investment story stopped sounding smooth. 19. Massive TV too big for the room. The 85-inch TV fit the wall, not the apartment life. In 2023, a shopper grabbed a huge Samsung set during Black Friday. He and his roommate hauled it upstairs, sweating like movers. Once mounted, the screen dominated every conversation, even dinner. The couch was too close, so movies felt like front-row tennis. Gaming looked amazing, until motion sickness kicked in after 20 minutes. Sound bounced off bare walls, and neighbors texted complaints at midnight. He loved the picture. He hated the space it consumed. 20. Premium cable bundle you never watch. Every month, the bill rose while his watching shrank. In the late 2010s, Comcast Xfinity pushed bundles with endless channels. A family in New Jersey wanted sports, news, and one kids network. The agent added premium tiers, promising discounts and free installation. After the promo ended, regional fees and box rentals appeared. Half the channels were shopping shows, or reruns at odd hours. Canceling meant long holds, retention offers, and another contract pitch. They kept one streaming stick and finally cut the cord. 21. Unused streaming subscriptions you forgot about. She paid for 5 services and still watched YouTube. By 2024, Netflix, Disney+, Hulu, Max, and Peacock stacked up. A teacher in Minneapolis subscribed for one show, then forgot. Free trials ended quietly, and monthly charges blended into noise. She kept meaning to cancel, right after grading, right after dinner. One night, she searched all apps for a movie, finding none. The same title hopped platforms, like musical chairs with paywalls. Her bank alert finally exposed the pile, line after line. She kept 2 services and suddenly enjoyed choosing again. 22. Overpriced phone plan with unlimited you don't need. He paid for unlimited data while always on Wi-Fi. In 2022, Verizon sold premium unlimited plans with extras and perks. A remote worker in Portland chose the top tier for hotspot. Then his apartment got fast fiber, and he stopped traveling. He still paid for Disney Plus included, even though he never watched. Customer service said downgrading would remove perks and raise device fees. So he stayed put, like paying for a gym at work. Meanwhile, his usage report showed tiny gigabytes, month after month. When he finally switched, the same phone worked just fine. 23. High-end camera for a hobby you quit. The camera was cinema grade, but his life stayed smartphone simple. Around 2020, the Canon EOS R5 became a dream for creators. A guy in San Diego bought one for travel vlogs. He filmed sunsets, then discovered editing takes longer than filming. Batteries, lenses, and ND filters multiplied like rabbits in a bag. On a hike, he feared rain, dust, and theft constantly. His iPhone footage looked good enough, with 0 extra weight. The R5 stayed in its Pelican case, perfectly protected, unused. He sold it later, losing money and gaining back weekends. 24. Drone bought, flown, once, then stored. The drone flew once, then lived in a foam coffin. In 2019, DJI's Mavic series made aerial shots feel effortless. A traveler in Hawaii imagined cinematic beaches and volcano sweeps. On the first launch, wind warnings screamed and seagulls circled. He realized parks had rules and airports had even more. Battery anxiety hit fast because flight time shrinks in real use. He clipped one tree branch and his heart dropped with it. Back home in Seattle, he never found a safe, legal spot. Now it's a travel dream packed away with tangled props. 25. Fancy espresso machine without the habit. The espresso machine looked pro, but mornings stayed chaotic. In 2020, the Breville Barista Express became a popular kitchen flex. A couple in Seattle bought it after one perfect cafe latte. They unboxed it, then faced grinders, tampers, scales, and beans. The first shots were bitter, then sour, then weirdly both. Milk steaming turned into loud hissing and random foam explosions. Work got busy, so they switched back to Keurig pods. The Breville's sat there, demanding cleaning cycles like a needy pet. They still love coffee. They just stopped loving making it. 26. Expensive skincare hype that irritates your face. Her face got redder, even as her bathroom looked fancier. In 2019, drunk elephant sits went viral at Sephora and online. A customer in Miami bought the full routine, chasing glass skin. She layered acids, vitamin C, and retinol like a science project. By week 2, her cheeks stung in the shower. A dermatologist mentioned barrier damage, meaning her skin's protective layer. She simplified to gentle cleanser and moisturizer, and things calmed down. The pricey bottles stayed, reminding her that more isn't better. 27. Supplements with no real benefit. The pills ran out, and nothing in his life changed. In the 2010s, detox teas and fat burners flooded Instagram ads. A gym goer in Las Vegas bought a bottle from GNC. The label promised clean energy, sharper focus, and fast results. He took them before work, then felt jittery on the drive. A week later, he still needed coffee, plus a nap. He read reviews, realizing many effects were just caffeine and hope. The only consistent change was his wallet getting lighter. He went back to basics: sleep, food, and actual training. 28. Gym membership with a joining fee trap. He paid to join, then paid to quit later. In 2022, Planet Fitness ads promised a cheap, judgment-free start. A student in Boston signed up because it was $10. At the desk, fees stacked: enrollment, annual, and access upgrades. He swiped his card anyway, picturing a new routine next week. Weeks passed, and he kept skipping because classes didn't exist. When he tried canceling, staff pointed to a form and policy. It required an in-person visit during work hours across town. He finally canceled and still kept paying for one extra month. 29. Meal kits you don't cook after week 2. The fridge filled with tiny bags, then filled with guilt. In 2021, HelloFresh boxes arrived like clockwork on many porches. A nurse in Nashville loved the first week's quick pasta kits. But night shifts hit, and cooking 30 minutes felt impossible. Ingredients piled up, and cilantro turned slimy by Thursday. She skipped a delivery, then forgot, and another box showed up. She started ordering takeout again, with fewer steps and less waste. The idea was perfect. Her schedule was the plot twist. 30. Warehouse Club membership for a one-time run. He joined Costco for savings, then left with a kayak. On a Saturday in 2023, he walked into Costco in Salt Lake. The plan was simple: paper towels, coffee, and one rotisserie chicken. A greeter offered samples, and suddenly he was shopping hungry. He spotted a giant TV, a patio set, and seasonal candy. The cart grew because every item looked like a deal. At checkout, the membership felt like permission to spend more. Back home, he realized he lived alone in a tiny apartment. He saved on chicken and overspent on everything else. 31. Impulse furniture that doesn't fit through the door. The couch arrived and immediately became a doorway puzzle. In 2022, an IKEA sectional looked perfect on a phone screen. The couple in San Francisco measured the living room, not the stairs. Delivery day came, and the box jammed at the first landing. They pivoted, twisted, and removed the door from its hinges. A neighbor offered help, then everyone realized the angle was impossible. They unboxed it in the hallway, carrying cushions one by one. But the main frame still wouldn't turn, like a stuck Tetris block. They returned it defeated, paying fees, and sitting on the floor. 32. Limited edition collectibles that never appreciate. The collection looked priceless until he tried selling one. In the 1990s, Beanie Babies sparked a frenzy across American malls. People kept tags on, storing bears in plastic like fine china. Decades later, Funko Pop shelves replaced them in game stores. A collector in Ohio bought convention exclusives, expecting future scarcity. Then reprints happened, and online prices slid like melting ice. He listed items on eBay, competing with thousands of identical boxes. Shipping costs ate profits, and buyers demanded perfect corners. He kept his favorite figure, because nostalgia was the real value. 33. Overpriced wedding extras nobody remembers. They spent thousands, and the memories still look identical. In 2018, a couple in Scottsdale upgraded their wedding package repeatedly. The venue suggested a champagne wall, a photo booth, and uplighting. A planner added an ice sculpture, shaped like their initials. It melted faster than expected, dripping quietly behind the bar. The photo booth jammed, and guests used iPhones instead. Later, the couple scrolled Instagram, seeing the same poses everywhere. Their favorite moment was still the vows, which cost nothing extra. They laugh now, but the invoice used to sting. New baby gear you could have bought used. The baby outgrew the gear before the credit card cooled. In 2020, the Snoo Smart Bassinet became a luxury sleep promise. New parents in Seattle rented one, hoping it would solve nights. It rocked and shushed, but the baby still woke up. Then the child learned rolling, and the Snoo phase ended quickly. They also bought a new Pipiababy stroller, built like a tank. But their apartment stairs made it feel like carrying furniture daily. A friend later showed Facebook Marketplace, full of barely used baby gear. They kept the stroller and wished they'd rented almost everything. Holiday decorations you store 11 months. December ended, and the giant Santa became a storage hostage. Every fall, Home Depot aisles fill with inflatables and animatronics. In 2022, a homeowner in Ohio bought a 12-foot reindeer. The yard looked amazing for 1 week of neighborhood selfies. Then wind tore a seam and the blower motor sounded tired. He patched it with tape, but the lights flickered randomly. After New Year's, folding it felt like wrestling a parachute. The box never closed right again, so it ate half a shelf. Next October, he saw a newer model and felt the itch. Impulse pet purchases without the commitment. The cute tiny pet grew up, and so did problems. Around 2015, micropigs became an Instagram trend in the US. A couple in Florida bought one, told it would stay small. Within months, the pig gained weight, rooting carpets and chewing cords. They renamed it Pickles, then realized pigs need real outdoor space. Vet visits were pricey, and local ordinances treated it like livestock. They tried rehoming, but shelters weren't prepared for a full-size pig. Meanwhile, their neighbor's husky howled all day, another impulse story. Cute isn't a plan, and pets don't fit inside trends. Used luxury item with hidden repair costs. The bargain luxury car turned expensive the moment the check engine light appeared. In 2021, used Range Rovers looked tempting on lots across Texas. A buyer in Houston found a black sport with low miles. The dealer mentioned luxury and power, while glossing over service history. 2 weeks later, air suspension sagged, and the dash lit up. Especially shop quota repairs that sounded like a student loan. He tried a cheaper mechanic, but parts needed programming anyway. Online forums warned him, yet the glossy test drive had won. He sold it quickly, learning that luxury depreciation hides sharp teeth. Paying for shipping memberships you barely use. He paid for fast shipping, then kept buying locally anyway. Amazon Prime spread beyond shipping, adding video, music, and more. A dad in Kansas City joined for diapers and birthday gifts. Then he started picking up at Target, because it was easier. Prime Video had shows, but he already had Netflix. Walmart Plus tempted him too, and suddenly he had 2 memberships. Both renewed automatically, like silent metronomes tapping his bank account. A late-night audit revealed months of charges he barely noticed. He canceled one, and delivery still arrived in 2 days.